Hello everyone, Jonathan Real Chandor here, and I thought today I would try something a little different. A nice little getting started guide. This is going to be most likely a series of videos getting from level 1 to 10 to help people that are struggling in the early game. Now first I'm going to show I've got no mods activated right now. And that's really all I should need to show. But yeah, no mods activated. Just gonna start ourselves a new Freeroam. Pick our character. And pick a name. Next, pick our class. I am a huge fan of the engineer. Admittedly, the class is extremely broken in a good way, but it's a class I fell in love with after using the gunner throughout alpha. They gave us, commander and engineer. I started using engineer and just absolutely loved it. So, we're going to go with that. And we're going to start ourselves with a Taurus. And let the game get going. We're going to go ahead and skip the opening cutscene here because it's kind of loud for my ears. And it's really not going to be conducive to the actual video here. Now, I apologize for the background hiss. That's my ceiling fan going. And for any mic popping that goes on, I do not have an actual recording setup. I'm going through a headset. That's actually the cheapest of the Plantronics headsets. So yeah. Anyways, as you can see, we just got ourselves started out here. Game starts through using the chase camera. I personally am not a big fan of it, so I always switch to the turret view. And for me, I always like to have this little guy on, and to zoom my camera all the way out. Now, as I mentioned in other videos, this here's the HUD, which you have to turn on manually inside your options and controls. I believe it's under... oh, I'll just find it. Here it is. Tactical overlay. I set it to B. It's not bound normally, so... it just, before you get started, before you even start playing, go through the controls and make things comfortable for you. That's probably the most important thing I can say. Make sure the game's going to be comfortable for you, because otherwise it's going to get rough real fast. And after that, just make sure you click on apply changes, apply any changes you've made. And as we're just starting out, I'm gonna give you kind of my plan in the beginning here. We're gonna start working on life support sabotage in the early game in Hack, so that I can take over enemy ships a lot easier. This will make my life easier and just generally give me a nice boost in income so that I can buy ships as I reach the level to use them. Now, you can go the mining, salvaging, trading route, but there's a good chance you'll out-level yourself. Now, there's nothing actually wrong with that. If you're just going to play the game in the trading fashion, that's something you can totally do. While this is mostly a space combat simulator, as I like to put it, there is a trading element to it. You can take advantage of it, play it just like that. And yeah, so we see we got an assassination mission right here. So, make sure we're aligned to plane. And one thing I've learned about taking assassination missions, if you want to capture the ship... oh, first let me check something. Unless I'm mistaken, you start with 0 troopers now, yeah. Let's go fix that. Silly me. Anyways, if you're going to try and capture a ship on an assassination mission, what you want to do is put yourself on top of the mission first. Then accept it. That way the ship spawns on top of you and you can get to work on it right away without interference from outside ships. If you accept it while you're away from the mission, then the ship will likely come under attack by other forces that you have no control over. Simply put, the Gemini universe doesn't care about you. You are a speck of dust in this grand system. Events will happen with or without you, and other ships may very well complete your missions for you or make you fail missions in the freelance area. The game was designed that way. It's to remind you that you're just one of the people here. It's supposed to feel like a nice living, breathing system, and the developers are working more towards that as they go. Anyways, let's get ourselves some troopers here. We're not gonna spend any money on any of these guys yet, although... Yeah, none of these guys will help us right now. So, let's go ahead and head over to that mission. Now, I'm going to mention I'm playing the game on low settings right now. There does appear to be a memory leak with some configurations. Developers are looking into it. And to reduce the effects of that, you can play the game on the lowest possible settings. And it will make life a lot easier. The game will play longer. And just overall, it'll be a better experience. And as you can see, the game is still gloriously beautiful, even in the lowest settings. It looks even better in higher settings, of course, but even in these settings, it looks just fine. So, we're approaching our destination here. Now, another thing I can recommend when you're capturing ships is early game, rely on beam weapons. These allow you to control the damage you're doing to a ship very efficiently. Unlike a railgun or plasma cannon that does packets of damage, the beam weapon does more of a continuous stream that you can cut off at any time. And this is important. So first you want to make sure that this is a positive reputation mission, which it is. So we'll accept it. And there's our friend right down there. As you can see, we're already pretty close to him. So he's shooting at us, in fact. So, as you can see, he's hurting pretty bad here for us. Now, the goal is to try and get his hull to 50% and then start the capturing process. Now, that should stop allied ships from shooting at him. Once you have your troops on board the enemy ship, allied ships, at least on normal settings, will stop attacking. Oh, I still have troops I can send. So, as you can see already, this guy's going to be ours. That's a Shanghai gunship, and he's got a nice weapon there, so we're actually going to take him to Vigo here. Now the beauty is, you still get credit for completing the mission for doing that. And yeah, I mean, that's just a great way to... This is the best way to make money early game. We're going to strip him of his weapon because, well, since we're doing a free roam, we're not going to have access to the campaign weapons. Campaign will give you access to some pretty remarkable weapons, I'm not going to lie. Get your hands on the Shredder, Bullseye, Joker, various other weapons from different weapon types. It's just, if you're going to play the game, I recommend you at least do campaign just to get those. Every so many missions you will get a nice weapon of awesome status that will help you out immensely. Also, if you happen to have the Secrets of Ethera DLC and you do campaign, you will get your hands on the Ethera Shield, which will let you travel through the Ethera Nebula without any trouble. So I know I said I wanted to keep the weapon he had, but I'm second guessing that because if I sell him now with what he's got, that's 137 credits, and most of that is from his weapon. That's where 90% of that money's coming from. Because that was a melter, I believe, a melter 2 most likely. Going on that price, probably even a melter 3, so it's a good weapon if you're trying to blow things up. But this early, our goal is to capture ships. So we're just going to sell him and get back our crew. As you can see, we've got a huge chunk of change now. Repair our hull. And right away we can get ourselves a Locust 2 enhancement. So we're now sending 13 troopers over at a time to capture enemy ships. Now if they had a Data Vault 3, I'd take that. But they don't have anything 3 here, I don't think, so... unfortunate, but what you gonna do, right? Now, another reason to go with the Taurus is... I guess I should explain why I chose the ship I chose. First and foremost, it's got a great transporter on it, high trooper capacity, and it comes with a heavy weapon on it. Heavy weapons can be invaluable in saving your ass in a fight. I'm not kidding there. They are extremely good to have around. Okay, now, we obviously haven't leveled up yet or anything, so we can't do anything here. But I do want to show you one thing. Ah, crap, hang on. I've got my window browser, or my internet browser open on the side here. If you complete achievements in the game, you'll get a lot of these bonuses you see that I have here. Each of these is tied to achievements. And obviously they're all extremely useful to have. Soak is a general reduction to all damage you take. Shield recharge increases how quickly your shields come back up. Salvage value means you'll get more for salvaging ships. Radiation resistance I think is self-explanatory. Power to engines charge up time. Now you can move faster. Mining yield. When you mine, you'll just get more stuff. And probably one of the more important ones, experience gain. Early game, you probably won't notice this much, but late game, when you're in the higher levels, getting experience can be a lot more difficult. And this will help a lot with that. So already we got ourselves a nice chunk of money and another assassination mission up that we should go do. So we're just gonna head over that direction. And I'm going to explain another thing this game can do too. Now as I've explained, the game tells you right away, you're basically just one person in a system of billions. Everyone's out for their own. You don't really matter. You have to make yourself matter. Now, another thing the game does is it can put you in missions that you can't possibly succeed. It has no qualms with doing that. You'll sometimes get a capture mission this early in the game to try and capture a freight liner. It's not going to happen. Your best bet is just to blow it up and take the XP, because you're 22 troops versus 50, 80, just not going to happen. Another thing is, the system is divided into level ranges. Basically from here almost straight down to here is the beginning leveling area. There's a section right around here, I want to say, called the Hollow. That's a higher level area. And if you go too far this way, you're going to get into the highest level areas in the game. So you gotta be careful where you're going to. When you hit those areas, you're gonna know, because the ships will suddenly be extremely not friendly. They will be rude as fuck. And apologies for my language, I've never been known for my control over my swearing. I know I should be more controlling of that in a guide, but it's just not something I've ever controlled myself on. Anyways, we're basically right on top of the mission. Let's go ahead and start this one up. Yeah, this guy's got... those are plasmatics, it looks like. Now, early game, you're going to want to use the fact that your gunship to your advantage. That means keep moving. Never stop moving. And change the direction you're moving to, because the AI will eventually figure out where you're going and get a lead on you. But if you just kind of variate how you're moving, the enemy will not hit you early game. You basically become invincible. You can even do that against battleships and other such ships like that. Oh, Twitch, you're really gonna do that? Luckily I've got Hex Chat. Anyways, as you can see, my XP gaining is going rather slowly while my money gaining is going nice and fast. We're actually probably gonna get another 130 some K for this. Here's another thing you can do early game that you can't really do late game, is go power to engines while towing a ship. Now, you can do it late game, but chances are you're going to leave the ship behind, and you don't want to do that. But early game, ships will easily follow your tow. You can go power to engines, keep them with you, get back to the station quick, and be ready to go for your next mission. So by taking these two missions, this has also had the nice benefit of pushing us into the positive reputation. This will give us some leeway in case we end up with contraband on our ship, which can be painful early on. If you end up with contraband on your ship, there's a chance you will definitely be not friends. Oh! So yeah, we're gonna over double our money here just by selling this guy. Top off our troops again, and as you can see, we are already up to 286,000. Now, I'm going to do something a little foolish. Actually, no. I'm going to use the wiki and figure out which Corvette I want. Since the early game is about making money, which is about capturing ships, you want ships that have high troopers and high transport capacity. Those are the two most important things for capturing ships. So there happens to be a nice Starpoint Wikia run by... oh my god... Viking Stream, I want to say, on the forums? I'm so sorry if I forgot your name, buddy. I'm so sorry. But yeah, you can go to this wikia, starpointgemini2wikia.com, and it has a list of ships, and it tells you the stats on the ships, where you can buy them, and at level 5 we'll be able to pilot Corvettes. Now, my favorite Corvette is the Corsair, but I think the one we want is going to be the Vantage. Now, for combat ship, the Corsair is an amazing ship. It looks cool, it's got nice stats on it. Okay, and the price of your average Corvette is around 1 million credits, so already we're getting there. Oh, no, it's not the Vantage we want. That's an Empire ship, we can't buy that. I'm going to quickly look through all the ships here, find what I want, before I even get to that point, figure out where I can buy it and how much it's going to cost me. The Adhara doesn't look like what I want. No, definitely not. The Aquila... no. I mean, it's got great transporter capacity, but its troopers are not much greater than what I have. Cavalier's a no. Cyclops, I believe, is a no. Cyclops S, I believe, is a no as well. I think it's the Wolverine. Yeah. Definitely the Wolverine, which we can purchase at Omega Transport HQ in Mycena. Which is going to be up here. It's going to be a little dangerous getting it, but it's definitely worth tracking it down. So with that little bit out of the way, we're going to close up that part of the wiki. So you know where we're going, what ship we want, and it's around 1 million credits. So we're going to want to make sure we've got that much money. So again, we got another mission here for capturing, well, assassinating from the Trinity Free State. So we're just going to head on over here, and this is basically your early game. If you want to go the route of make most money and get best ship early, while earning as little experience as possible. I'll admit it's kind of boring. Unless you're into the tactical aspect of you've got to know how to be, you know, how to get the ship to the perfect spot, drain their health to the perfect point, get your troopers over. In fact, did I remember to buy troopers? Yes, I did. This can be sadly a fairly boring part of the game. But then again, what game in the beginning is, you know, in this kind of game, an RPG style game, is going to be all that exciting? Because you've got your progression you got to worry about. You've got a lot of things that you've really got to worry about. But once you get to around level 5, level 10, start using new ships, things get a lot more exciting. Now, one thing I could have done is just completed these missions, explored the map, got myself to level 5, and then earned the money. But having the ability to purchase a ship when I get level 5, to me, is a nice thing. Oh, by the way, in case anyone missed this in an earlier tutorial, you can move this little guy around. Whenever you open the map back up, he'll be right back up here, but if you click right there, you can move this guy around. Get him out of your way. Actually, it looks like you can click anywhere that's not a button and move it just about on the top here. So yeah, this guy is movable if he's in your way and you're trying to go somewhere up here. So accept our mission here. Wow, that guy got ready right off the bat. Damn. Yep, he used a repair drone, it sounded like. So we're gonna let his repair drone finish. But yeah, this is why I like using beam weapons. I can control just how much damage I'm doing to him. Now, on normal difficulty, you'll notice how the enemy, or the other ships nearby, are not even trying to fight the ship I'm capturing. On normal and easy difficulty, even my own fire at will won't fire at the ship. But if you try to play on hard or extreme difficulty, your allies, other ships, your own fire at will doesn't really care. And I guess I'll explain one major difference on easy for those of you new to the game and watching this video. If you're playing on easy, notice here there's bounties on a bounty board. You can actually hunt these bounties down, and on difficulties above easy, the only way to locate them is by their last known location. On easy though, you'll actually see them appear on the map in regions you have uncovered and if you're close enough to them. So as long as you're in the same region as them, you'll basically find them. Oh man, he's worth a lot. So already we are getting ourselves up there in the money. I mean, we're gonna go ahead and land on Trinity here. I could take the smuggle chance, but I don't want to ruin my rep this early. We'll hire troops here because they've got more. And we'll hire our first officer. This guy is going to give us more trooper strength, which is something we want. And this guy is going to increase our trooper capacity even more. And he gives us hull repair, which is amazing. That's actually a guy I stick with throughout the entire game, just for that hull repair. Now, let's see if there's any more missions like that available. No. Now, to generate a new mission, all we gotta do is head to another region. Not another sector, but an entirely new region. Now, the region we're in now is a one-sector region. This is Planet Trinity's region. So, once we go one sector in any direction, we're going to enter a new region, and new missions should pop up for us. Sometimes they don't. I'll admit, sometimes you get unlucky. We're about to enter it. And there we go. Lots of new missions popped up. And we got ourselves another assassination mission. It's a ferry mission, I think. Yep. And that is one we probably don't want to do because rescue missions are always kind of a pain. I'm not gonna lie. I suck at them. I'm terrible at rescue missions. Generally, I don't take them unless I have to. What kind of enemy is that? Okay, now, this is what we call an opportunity. That guy just appeared out of nowhere, and we're going to have an opportunity to capture him before we even go to our mission. As you can see, other people are already shooting at him. Oh, and that's one of the dangers. Now, let's check, before we loot what he's got here. Computers? Okay, we'll take that. Now, the reason I didn't want to just take the loot is if it was contraband. Contraband's a dangerous thing. Sorry, have to respond to a friend real quick. I have not taken myself off of Steam or offline, so people can contact me. But yeah, that was an opportunity. We lost it. And as you can see, destroying a ship got us a huge chunk of XP. And that was mostly my bad. I forgot to cancel my fire at will. I'm not as twitchy as I used to be on the keys. It's not good for me. Oh, that's why I know that name. Sorry, I'm looking at things on the side here. I'm gonna go ahead and call this after we complete this mission. Don't want these videos getting too big. I'm recording them locally, and that's gonna take up a lot of space on my hard drive. I'll be able to record these and upload them one at a time. And again, we're just going to do the same thing we did before. Get in close, damage the ship, and we might start boarding early because there's already some neutral ships nearby. Ooh, he's using railguns. Those look like rippers. I have no idea what he's shooting at there. If he's shooting at me, he's a very bad shot. So yeah, this guy's gonna be ours. Wow. As you can see, those rippers hurt. We're gonna go to the station. Since we're already close to it. And it's gonna have troopers for us, and we want to land on a planet. Because planets cost money to land at. Of course, you could try your chances smuggling your way, but not recommended early game until you've got enough reputation to take the hit. Nice valuable ship, go and sell him. Brings us up to a decent amount of money, actually. Alrighty then, we're gonna go ahead and call this here. I'll try and continue this. Show everyone how a good way to get started in Freeroam is. And also do a starter guide on the campaign when I get a chance. The campaign's a lot easier to start on because the game hands you money basically. Every time you complete a campaign mission you get a lot of money. The game also rewards you with weapons, things like that, blueprints. Campaign's definitely the way to go for your first game. So, with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Hopefully this here helps a few people, and I will definitely endeavor to continue this, and hope to see y'all again soon. Thank you for watching, everyone.